Ready? Hi there and welcome to the show. I'm Nancy Guppy, coming to you this week from ZINC Contemporary in Pioneer Square. Let's go in. Now, ZINC recently opened Color Cure, a group exhibit featuring 6 artists from across the country. Laura Berman, Connie Goldschmidt, Sarah Moore, Martina Nerling, Barbara Robertson, and Elaine Spafford. And the common thread amongst the work, as you might have deduced from the title, is vibrant, gorgeous color. Laura Zeck, founder-curator of ZINC Contemporary, describes the show this way. This invitational introduces bold, abstract works as a color cure for our collective consciousness after the long year mired in pandemic. This color-centric exhibition welcomes a radical shift to effervescent optimism and vitality. Amen to that. Color Cure is definitely what the doctor ordered. It is music for the eyes and a mood booster. You want to see this in person. The show runs now through June 26th. For hours, location, and how to book a private viewing, go to the ZINC website. We've got a great lineup for you, including singer-songwriter Payge Turner, who recently competed on NBC's The Voice, and legendary early 80s Seattle punk band The Living finally released their debut record. And we'll begin with an arty urban ramble with our favorite tour guide, Jed Dunkerley.
It's time now for NARF, Neighborhood Adventure Ramble with Friends, with your host, Jed Dunkerley.
Hey, I'm Jed. We are in the South Lake Union neighborhood, and it is quite a day. This is a neighborhood that changes so fast that if you haven't been here in the last month or even the last week, I guarantee you'll see something you've never seen before. Lots of public art, amazing architecture, great public space. Let's go take a look. Here in South Lake Union, you've got a landscape of irony in that there's very few landholders that are leasing giant buildings that they've built to very few tech companies. And they make these amazing public plazas filled with really cool art that nobody ever sees. And the irony of it is that the art usually pays homage to the way that the land used to be before the landowners transformed the landscape. All right, here we are on the Google campus right here in South Lake Union. This is a brand new sculpture. It's called The Wanderer by a local group called Sutton Barris Color. It's a big, curvy, colored line in an otherwise drab, rectangular world. But I think it's an homage to the indigenous sea serpent population that used to live in Lake Union. Here we are in an innocuous alley between Yale and Pontius, between Harrison and Republican, and look, a sculpture. This is called Laundry Strike by Whiting Tennis. It's an homage to the 1917 strike where thousands of female laundry workers took down the laundry cabal in Seattle, right here on this very site. So there's another example of change rendered real forever in art. These places are here waiting for you to come explore them, engage with them, sit on them, and maybe even hug them. Here we are on the Amazon campus at the corner of Boren and Republican, Jenny Heischman's Cabin Corners, a celebration of what maybe used to be here a long time ago. And like I said, South Lake Union is a pedestrian-friendly neighborhood. Wow, you know, with all the changes happening in Seattle these days are leaving you a little disoriented, you're not the only one. But the good news is there's a lot of cool new art and architecture to go out and see, especially here in the South Lake Union neighborhood. So find some friends, pick a day, and have an adventure. Thanks for coming. Till next time, I'll see ya. Happy narfing.
The Living, a seminal Northwest punk band from the early 80s, had a brief but spectacular run. With John Conte on lead vocals, Greg Gilmore on drums, Todd Fleischman on bass, and 17-year-old Duff McKagan on guitar, the band lit up the local music scene and helped pave the way for what would come to be known as grunge. By July of '82, The Living was no longer, and group members moved on to other musical pursuits that included Silly Killers, Mother Love Bone, and Guns N' Roses. Nearly 4 decades later, the band's studio recordings have been released on the Loose Groove Records label, co-founded by Pearl Jam's Stone Gossard, as The Living 1982. Featuring 7 blistering original songs written by McKagan, the record's 15 minutes of pure punk energy will transport you back to those sweaty, mosh pit, body-slamming days of your youth. The Living 1982 is available on vinyl from your favorite local record stores. You can also buy the vinyl, stream it, or download it online. Next up is Payge Turner, a hardworking singer-songwriter whose appearance last fall on NBC's The Voice launched her onto the national stage.
My musical history comes from my mom and her side of the family. My mom was in choir since she was 16, and I grew up backstage with her, teaching us how to harmonize from the time we were can talk and walk. I am from Trinidad and Tobago. I moved here when I was 13, so I spent 13 years there, and I moved to Seattle about 3 years ago to pursue music.
If I could just run with nowhere to go, I'd leave it all behind.
I was not gigging that much in 2020 because of COVID, but for the most part I was gigging around Seattle as much as I could, doing live streams. And then last fall I had the opportunity to audition for the singing competition on NBC called The Voice. When I walked on the stage for the first time, I remember just thinking in my head, okay, don't mess up this low note, because that's all I was thinking about, was that godforsaken low note.
Out of a broken place.
And the moment that Blake turned, everything just went completely black, and it's all a blur from that point on.
Shall we get to work?
We shall. Let's do it. My vocal teacher is Danielle. She doesn't usually take people on, so I was really, really blessed to, be working with her. There'll be no more. Let's do it again.
The space and the direction of the air was better.
It felt as though I was telling a story.
It was definitely better. It sounded better.
When it comes down to my music, I don't want to be known as a cover artist, so I find every opportunity to sit down and write my own stuff. If it takes me forever, then it takes me forever. I'm releasing an album very shortly. The album is named Home, and it's going to be showing a lot of who Payge Turner is.
Who have I become? If I could just listen, I will need to give you nothing.
The album's about 10 cuts, and it's really showcasing the vulnerability as to who I am as a person, as well as just the transformation that I went through throughout the years.
I've lost you anyway. There'll be no more losing me.
Yeah! I have been working at School of Rock since December of 2018. Where you don't hear the little levels, right? Okay. Yeah. These kids come in and they're just so eager to learn more about music. They do some good stuff today. Breathing is like the biggest technique that we focus on, but also being able to know how to manipulate your breath to help you in your vocal styling. Yeah, it's getting way better. That one. Give me another one. Yeah, that's it. High five. Oh, wait. Yes. The voice was the most emotional, psychological, and craziest thing I have ever done. And I would definitely say knockouts was probably the toughest part of the competition for me. I knew that I needed to do something bold. Even though I didn't make it all the way to the end in the show, I definitely feel as though I found a deeper part of myself on that stage, and I am so thankful for it. It has been about over a year since I've played a show in Seattle, so I'm so excited to be officially performing in front of human beings. It's gonna be so great, so great.
My soul captured by a river, returning the storm.
Music to me is not earthly. So when it all connects, when the lyrics connect, when the music connects, when the voice connects, when it all is just in sync, it's heavenly.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
And now here's Payge performing her original song, Surrender.
Okay.
The reason I lost my mind, honestly, it's been a long time coming. Lost my way when I gave up trying. Pulling me, don't know where to run. Waste no time, ba-da-doom, doom, da-dum, no more stopping. Put it all on the line, don't know where to run. Me, myself, and I surrender. The reason I lost my mind, honestly, it's been a long time coming. Lost my way when I gave up trying. Pulling me, don't know where to run. Waste no time, va-da-dum, dum, da-dum, no more stopping. Put it all on the line, don't know where to run. Me, myself, and I surrender. I surrender.
I like that take way better. Yeah.
Home, Payge's new record, is slated for release this July. More information is at pageturnermusic.com. And that's a wrap. Big thanks to ZINC Contemporary and Laura Zeck for letting us invade this marvelous space. And a reminder that Color Cure does run through June 26th. ZINC is open every Saturday from 11 to 6, and you can book a weekday appointment at zinccontemporary.com. So thanks for tuning in. Have a terrific week, and we'll see you soon. And now I am going to lay on this gorgeous table made by Jed Dunkerley, Laura's very talented husband, and contemplate the cure that is color. Oh, yeah. I can feel it. I can feel it seeping into my bones, my skin, my head, my skull. My mood is rising. It's getting better. I'm going from a 3 to a 5 to a 7. My consciousness has been color cured.
Another one of the great things about public art is that sometimes you can find art that's actually also furniture. So it's not only beautiful, but comfortable.